Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Read I.O. Now, in the last part, Hinata was going to the infirmary because he had a headache, so let's find out what happens. Oh, but before that, last time when I was editing, I realized that I forgot to read one of the keywords. So, this is what the system menu looks like. Got a bit of information here. You got, it shows you how long you've been playing. Actually, this is incorrect because I had a technical issue and had to start this over. I think I've got that straightened out now, though. Anyway, shows you the moon's age at this point in the story, which is makes sense, I guess. So anyway, let's read about Alpha Company. Famous for developing durable chronographs, wristwatches with hands for stopwatch and astronomical tracking features, which can function in both the absolute void of space and the extreme pressures of the dark depths of the sea. I have a feeling that flexibility is going to come into play. Huh? Oh, he's saying, huh? There's no one in this room filled with the sharp scent of ethanol. When I survey my surroundings, the combot on the top of the desk responds, turning its sensors to stare at me.
先生はただいま外出中です。ということで、とっとと出直すか、助手のアントゥにご伝言をどうぞ。どうしても急用だったりする人は仕方ないから下記の番号までコールしてね。やよい。
どこから声出してるんだか。
Even though this should have been an escape from Sakuya, it feels like I've been caught in another trap. Rather than easing up my headache, this is just making it even worse. It's rude for her to just selfishly take a break. As I think this, I try to take one of the beds, but the choking stench of medicine is only making me feel worse. No good. I'm completely helpless in this place. I decide to leave for somewhere else. The hanging gardens on the roof truly are the embodiment of the path of wind. The weather's good today. Because it's lunch break, students are sitting carefreely all around the roof, using whatever spot they please. And there's another term in curly braces. Hanging gardens of Babylon were one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. I don't know if they actually existed. Anyway, I have to look into that more. They're eating on the lawn, chatting on the benches, and playing soccer and volleyball at the plaza. At the back is a clover garden, where you'll occasionally see girls searching for 4-leaved clovers. I look for the shade of a tree where I can be as far away from this noisy group as possible, a place where I don't have to talk to anyone, where I can be all alone and bury myself in my own personal solitary world. Is the sky alone as well? Does the sun feel loneliness? What about when the sun and moon meet? Questions with no answers just unconsciously flow into my brain. Nevertheless, I feel much better out here than I did inside. I feel a little wave of relief pass through me. It's a beautiful night with a full moon. Right in front of me is an elegant garden filled with beautiful flowers that stretch out as far as the eye can see. I see the figure of a lone girl there. The gentle moonlight rains from the sky as if it's blessing the girl. No, that's exactly what it's doing. The girl is being blessed by all sorts of things, completely different from me. She creates what she wills, accepts everything as they are, and I'm holding a doll. It's a doll modeled after a rabbit. It's her doll. I know that. When I look up, I see the crescent moon that's crimson like blood. It looks white to me, but okay. Is it smiling at her? Is it sneering at me? I grasp the doll. The doll's head falls off. The surrounding scenery vanishes at the same time. The garden, moon, and girl all turn into trash and begin to dissolve in the crimson darkness. Everything's vanishing, leaving only silence and the deep crimson world behind. A gloss like velvet dyes my field of vision scarlet. My heart is filled with relief. I sigh and mutter something at the same time.
これでいいんだ。
Man, that's creepy. Suddenly I hear the sound of ear-grating laughter. I shift my focus to the rabbit head that had fallen to the ground, which is grinning at me. No, that's wrong. The head that's laughing is not the rabbit's. It's... I try to scream, but my voice won't come out. That head is... emitting laughter, endless laughter. The rabbit's head has my face. My consciousness is violently ripped from the dream. I open my eyes. Where am I? I'm unable to focus my eyes, leaving everything in my field of vision blurry. My whole body is covered in pungent sweat. My heart's pounding harder than a jackhammer. Chaos reigns in my head. It hurts to breathe. Just what was I? I'm still at the hanging gardens on the roof, which are the same as always. It seems I suddenly fell asleep while lying down. And then I had a nightmare, same as always. That's all. There's no one around. Have classes already started? I may be skipping class, but I don't feel a shred of guilt. There's no real difference whether I leave or not. The once clear sky is now covered in clouds. The moon and the sun can't be seen from behind the shroud. What am I doing all alone in a place like this? The girl who appeared in my dream suddenly appears in my mind. No, stop thinking. She's long gone. She's dead. I have to forget her. I still have a headache, though the pain's died down a little. There's something wrong with me today. What with what happened this morning and now, if I'm late to class as it is, then it might be best to go home early. I let out a lone sigh and stand up, and then I decide to leave the paradise-turned hell known as the roof.
あれまさか
When I turn around, I see...
保健室に行ったんじゃなかったの？
今から行
今からって今までどこにいたの？
く。屋上。
ああ、なるほど。っていうか、なんで屋上に？
いいだろ別に。
よくないよ。だから一緒に行ってあげようって言ったのに。
一緒でも同じだよ。弥生先生いなかったんだから。
え？さっき顔出したら保健室にいたよ。
In the end, no matter how much I try to ignore her, she'll definitely keep meddling in my affairs. That's just the kind of person Sakuya is. That's why I have no choice but to go along with her.
じゃあちょうどよかった。今から行ってくる。
信用ならないわね。やっぱり私が一緒に。
次の授業始まるよ。
まあそうだけど。
後で授業内容教えてくれよ。
うん、それはいいけど。
Of course, there's no need for that. But because I'm so desperate to escape from the fiendish clutches of Sakuya by any means necessary, that's all I could think of saying.
じゃ、僕は行くから。
しょうがないな。確かに、ひなたがノートを借りられるのは私だけだろうしね。
ほっとけよ。
ねえ、ひなたって友達作らないの？
作らない。
どうして？
つるんだり、群れたりするのが嫌いなんだ。
でも、気の合う仲間と一緒だと違うんだよ。そうだ、ひなたって植物好きだったよね。さっきもそれで屋上行ってたんでしょ？園芸部とかに。
入りません。
でも。
確かに僕は 植物の中にいると落ち着くよ。それは彼らがぶしつけに話しかけてこないからさ。誰かさんみたいにね。
ひなた。
When she says that, I come to a realization. I've hurt even Sakuya. At that moment,
ひなたって前はそうじゃなかったよね。
僕は昔からこうだったさ。
そうじゃなかった。中学までは周りに友達がいっぱいいたよ。
忘れた。
やっぱりそれってあのことが。
my uncertain memories begin to dye the depths of my heart a dusty black color. My brain is stirred up and my past swoops down on me in the form of a headache. It flares up and tries to materialize like a monster.
ひなた？
The one in front of me is my childhood friend. This is a hallway. The class bell has just rung.
じゃあ、大変よろしく。
大変なんて無理だよ。私女なんだよ。
I ignore her and quicken my pace. Wicked, unseemly emotions rage in my heart. I wanted to forget it. Why did she make me remember that which I should have forgotten?
ほほー、ちゃんと来たんだね。感心感心。
The school doctor, Amane Yayoi, is here, saying ridiculous things as always.
ちゃんとって、どこに行ってたんですか？
あまあわかるだろ。燃料補給さ。ニコチンが切れたんでね。
あ、そう。燃費の悪いことで。
ほっとけ。
Geez, she's nothing like a normal doctor. What with her coquettish makeup, earrings, manicure, vulgar language, and excessive smoking that'd make a chain smoker blush. Naturally, she doesn't smoke in the infirmary, but as a result of that, she frequently abandons her post. She's what you'd call extremely negligent. She's the most unfitting person you could find for a school nurse. But that's why I don't hate her. Above all else, her relaxed attitude is one of her good points. She doesn't look at us like we're some kind of lab rats, unlike the rest of the teachers. She accepts students for who they are. These may just be my own selfish thoughts, but I really feel like that's what she is.
ところで、あの留守中のメッセージなんとかなりません？先生とキャラが違いすぎるんですけど。
普段の口調のまま吹き込んだら反感を買うだろ。だから精一杯可愛く演じてみた。割と自信あったんだがな。
反感買う以前に気持ち悪いです。
そうなのか。
あ、いや。
I really am saying way too much today. It feels like something uncontrollable is raging within me. That's why I...
ところで、ご用は何だったかな？
はい。
I don't dislike these random mood swings of Yayoi Sensei's either.
なるほど。熱はないな。
As the thermometer registers my temperature, the weather starts improving again.
ええ。だから薬とかはいらないんです。早退の許可が欲しいだけで。
君でもう13人目かな。
何がです？
早退願い。それ以外にも今日はやたら気分が優れない生徒が多い。
It's not just me. Come to think of it, I felt like there were a lot of kids absent today.
その対応に追われて忙しかったから昼にちょっと長めの休憩を取ってたんだ。
言い訳しなくてもいいですよ。先生はタバコを吸いに出かけたらいつもすぐには帰っては来ないじゃないですか。
学校側がこの部屋での喫煙を許してくれさえしたらな。あるいはせめて購買にタバコの自販機を置いてくれたら。
Why would a school put vending machines with cigarettes in them? Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of school. Yeah, seriously.
ブルーマンデーといっても少し数が多すぎる。昨べ月食だったからかな。
Yayoi Sensei is as quick to change the topic as always. It's probably so she can move the conversation away from topics that stir up negative emotions. That's become one of the main reasons why it's easy for me to talk to her.
僕らはコンピューターじゃありません。
そこだよそこ。むしろ月が 人間の心身に影響を及ぼすのは不思議じゃない。それがなぜコンピューターネットワークにまでエラーを引き起こすのか。
心身に影響って満月に狼男がどうのってそういう話ですか？そんなの迷信に決まってるじゃないですか。なんだか先生らしくないです。
おいおいひなた、迷信という言葉に騙されて真実を切り捨ててちゃ立派な科学者にはなれないぞ。大統領君らしくないな。月食とは月と地球がどんな時に起きる現象だったかな。
まさか潮汐力のことじゃ。
ご名答。だんだん分かってきたようだね。優秀優秀。さすが私が見込んだだけはある。
見込んだってひいきはいけませんよ先生。
虐げられるより全然いいじゃないか。私は授業を受け持ってるわけじゃないし、保健室によく来る生徒と仲良くなるのはこれ必然。
相変わらずだな。でも潮汐力、つまり月の引力は人体に影響を及ぼすには微弱すぎるでしょ。重力は4つの力のうち最も微弱なものだし。
しかし最も遠くまで届く力でもある。君はどうやらバイオタイド理論を知らないようだね。
バイオタイド、生物学的な潮汐だったら新月と満月では同じ結果が出ないとおかしくないですか？
あとはやはり視覚が及ぼす心理学的な効果だろうな。月が満ちていくのを見ると精神的にも充実していくし、欠けていくと気力が落ちてくる。
だったら曇りや雨の日はどうするんですか？
さっきも言ったように人体は潮汐力によって直接影響を受けている。仮に天空に月が見えなくとも人間の細胞は今が満月か新月か分かってるんだよ。
それって
月の満ち欠けサイクルは人間の体にしっかり刻み込まれているから、私たちは心の目で月を見ることができる。
でも今言ってるのは普通の満月や新月の話ですよね。
ああ、そうだ。だが月食が満月の時にしか起きないことは君だって知ってるだろ。
太陽を覆い隠した地球の影がちょうど月を覆ってしまう角度。確かに月食は満月、日食は新月以外では起こらない。だとすると
丸く輝いているべき月が見る間に新月のように欠けていって、最後は血に染まったように赤くなる。これは満月と新月が一緒に来た以上のインパクトだろう。
その情報は僕らを構成する細胞の一つ一つに伝播されていって。
ああ、新月期には生命力が減退する。まるで月に惹かれるように自殺に導かれることもある。
At that point, Yayoi Sensei averts her gaze. She reaches her fingers into the pocket of her white coat and smoothly takes out a light green package with a broken seal, clearly full of cigarettes.
先生。
ああ、おかしいな。なんだこれは。
As she says this, she suddenly stops moving for the cigarettes. Was she feeling so withdrawn that she unconsciously searched for the nicotine?
気持ちはわかりますが、ここではまずいです。
It happened 2 weeks ago. On the night of the new moon, a group that met on the net committed suicide. One of their members was a student from this school. Yayoi Sensei thought I should have tried to save them.
ああ、そうだな。ところで何の話だったっけ？
バイオタイド、先生はそうおっしゃってました。その理論で言うと満月はどうなるんですか？
ああ、逆に満月は生命力をかきたてる。だがそれが負のファクターとして働けば、ヒステリー気味で怒りっぽい人は自分を見失い、事故や暴力犯罪につながる。
じゃあ先生は気をつけないと。
ほっときたまえ。
I don't actually feel that way. The Yayoi Sensei I know is always cool-headed. No one could have stopped the net group's suicide. It's not Sensei's fault.
ああ、あと 満月期の副作用として神経や筋肉が緊張することによって頭痛や肩こりが起きやすくなるんだ。
頭痛が？
These headaches that have been tormenting me are the result of tidal forces?
私もこの華奢な肩が張って張って。
華奢って。それは月のせいじゃなく、年のせいでしょ？
ほほう、いい度胸だ、青いひなたくん。
はい。
弥生の顔も3度までっていうことわざ、知らないのかな？
うわ、本当に凶暴化した。じゃあ僕、気分が優れないので、失礼します。
おい、ひなた、目をかけられてる分、ちゃんと肩揉んでいきなさいよ。
I'm not sure that's appropriate. I feel like I can hear Yayoi-sensei grumbling behind me, but I ignore her and continue running for my life. I feel like I've been doing the same thing this whole day. The city is full of people chatting and having happy conversations amongst themselves. I wonder what everyone else is thinking. There's no way for people to know the worries of strangers. How would you look into someone's brain? Is there more to it than a lump of pink and gray nerve cells? Are there really souls embedded in there? In the first place, even I don't know what the inside of my own head looks like. I don't know myself. What do I want to do? I have no goals. I just aimlessly go to school. As if to wash that away, nightmares swoop down on me every night, leaving me living in fear. Is that my way of living? Is that the life I've chosen for myself? It feels like it is, yet it also feels like it isn't at the same time. That's why I don't know myself. At that moment, I hear my email ringtone. I've got a bad feeling about this. You have one unread email. The title is Oni-chan? And just as expected, the sender's email address is... A jet black sports car suddenly appears before my eyes. In a panic, I fall flat on the ground. The rear wheels drift, losing their traction on the ground, and the car's black frame approaches. I instinctively covered my face with my hands. Nothing happened. I timidly lower my hands to see. A mere 10 centimeters away from me is the streamlined body of a car I've only seen on TV. It's a Diabolos, a car whose name means devil in Latin. The door springs upwards. I see a long-haired, unfamiliar, handsome man. Is this really a man? Does this look like a man to you? Someone tell me what they think. His lips are inhumanly thin. He removes his sunglasses and looks towards me with a glare that feels like it could pierce through anything. I feel shivers up my spine. Cold sweat begins to run down my forehead. I feel like a frog being glared at by a snake. I can't move, to say nothing less of taking my eyes off him. Just then...
どこを見てる？
すいません。
The man takes his hands off the steering wheel and says this, rubbing the area around his left wrist with his right hand that's wrapped in a white leather glove.
生きてることを私の腕に感謝するのだな。
はい。
The man presses down all over his left tendons with his right thumb. Every time he does, his left fingers stretch out and bend. Why does their movement seem so inhuman? Could it be a robotic hand? Maybe? I don't know, really, but that was my first thought.
低能は嫌いだ。
え？
He glares at me once again.
今度やったら引き殺す。
That's not a warning, it's a declaration. Right now, every single cell in my body is absorbing the killing air that he's giving off. At that instant, all strength leaves my body. I'm frozen like a deer in headlights. Even so, my shoulders are trembling like crazy. For a while, I can't even breathe.
逆に満月は生命力をかき立てる。だが、それが負のファクターとして働けば、ヒステリー気味で怒りっぽい人は自分を見失い、事故や暴力犯罪につながる。
The words Yayoi-sensei said replay in my mind. Could that have been due to the period of the full moon, or the eclipse? Where humans become brutal and incidents happen? My trembling fingertips had pressed a button on the cell phone that I'm firmly grasping. On the screen is, "Are you there? I am here.